hope you're doing well. It's not a booktube channel unless I do the Booktube Newbie Tag. I feel like this is like an initiation for everybody who starts Booktube, that they need to do the Booktube Newbie Tag, and I didn't want to just like upload loads of videos and not do it. So I don't know whether I'm going to be able to bring something new to it, I don't know, but I thought I'd answer these questions so you can get to know me a little bit better, know why I wanted to set up this channel, that sort of thing. So the first question is, why did you start the channel? I mainly started up this channel as a way of me talking about the books that I enjoy. Booktube is something that I've been watching for a long time, and I've had a blog for the last 5 years, and as I've got a job now where I write content daily, sometimes I don't really feel like sharing my thoughts through writing. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to build up the confidence because I've wanted to do this for many years now, and I thought I'm going to chuck myself on Booktube and share my thoughts verbally rather than written down. I think it's like a great way of getting to know other creators. I've been really enjoying sharing my thoughts on Instagram TV, and I thought that this would be a fun little extension from that. You can say what you want without writing it, and I've been really enjoying editing videos. I know that's probably weird. I really like the community and it seems like such a fun place. I feel like this could be my little corner of the internet. Question 2 is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Now, I don't really know because I feel like I'm a really boring person. I'm definitely going to be bringing a lot of cats and dogs. You'd always hear like a dog in the background or cats. As I'm saying that, my cat is walking across my desk. You can hear him playing in the background now. I don't know whether I can bring anything unique. Definitely going to try and bring some fun videos to Booktube, so like different challenges, different tags, maybe read-alongs. I collect the Stephen King Rainbow Hoarders, and I know that's something that quite a lot of people are interested in, so I'm excited to share content around that. I'm excited to share content around me reading Stephen King, as I only started reading his books back in October of 2020, so he's definitely like a very new author to me. I'm excited to share things like that, maybe like top 10s, like unpopular opinions, that sort of thing. So I feel like I'll be able to bring my own sort of creativeness to this. I like to read as widely as possible. There's going to be a little bit of content for everybody, so if you don't necessarily like horror, I do read like historical fiction and fantasy sometimes. That's what I think I'll bring to YouTube. Is it going to be good? I don't know. So question 3 is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I know this sounds really cliche, but I'm really excited to share my thoughts and opinions on books, and I'm really excited to engage with other people, to interact with other booktubers, and just to like have a chat with you all really. This is just like for fun, you know. I don't really want to gain anything out of it. I just feel like this is such a fun and fresh way of sharing my thoughts on books. After being a blogger for 5 years, I feel like this is like a different take on it. If no one watches, no one watches, but yeah, I'm just interested to share my thoughts, my journeys, especially my Stephen King journey. And question 4 is, why do you love reading? This is such a difficult question to answer. I've always loved reading, and I know everybody always says this, but I think for me, reading has just always been part of my life. So even before I could read, my mum used to read to me, my nan and grandpa used to read to me every night before bed. I'd always have a story read to me, to the point where I'd know if like my mum skipped a page in a book that she was reading to me, I'd be like, can you go back and read the page that you missed, please? It definitely helps when you have people around you that have a love for reading, and there was always books around the house, so it was always something that I was really interested in. And especially on holidays, we'd always make an effort to take loads of books and read on the beach, by the pool, that sort of thing. But with certain books, it definitely is an escapism. I feel like with books you can use your imagination a lot more than watching TV. And then with like non-fiction books, I really love, and I know this is going to sound sad, educating myself on different topics. So I really enjoy reading things about the war, just non-fiction in general. So I definitely love reading to be able to gain a better understanding, but I also love it for the creativeness. It's just immersive. Like there's nothing better than sitting there and being so engrossed in a book that you just forget the world around you. And I think especially in the current climate, like that's needed more than ever. What book or series got you into reading? I'll be honest, the first sort of books that really got me into reading, other than the books that I read at school, were the Harry Potter series. I'll give you a little sort of fun anecdote here. When I was in school, my mother got called into school to chat to the teacher, and I must have been about maybe 6 or something at the time, and the teacher said, look, just wanted to call you in just to ask if, you know, Ashley's struggling with her reading, if we need to give her a book maybe that's easier for her, because she doesn't seem to be reading the school books that you're meant to read. And my mother was like, oh look, I'm really sorry, she's just not really enjoying the books. It's not that she can't read, she can read, she's just not enjoying them. She's reading Harry Potter at the moment, and Harry Potter is more interesting to her than Biff and Chip and the Magic Key, is that what they were called? And the teacher was sort of gobsmacked. She was like, oh well, if she's reading Harry Potter, she obviously doesn't have an issue with being able to read. Like she can read better than what she should be reading for her age. Like she just thought that I couldn't read. So she was like, you know what, like if she's reading Harry Potter, then tell her she can bring Harry Potter in to read during the reading sessions instead of the books. So that's how I got out of reading the school books. But no, in all seriousness, Harry Potter is a difficult topic to talk about. I don't support J.K. Rowling and her turf beliefs. If you want to separate the artist from the art, that's up to you. I don't feel like I personally can, just because she's still saying transphobic rhetoric. I can't support somebody who continues to do that. I think she's caused a lot of hurt and upset to people, so I no longer support her. I read The Hobbit as well, and that was a massive part of my love for reading. And even before that, you know, my mother was always reading me books, you know, like the Disney books, the Disney princess books. I've just always loved reading. It's always been something I've been interested in. The Darren Shan Demon Artist series as well, like I really enjoyed those. Jacqueline Wilson, Roald Dahl. Probably Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was one of the first books as well. So number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Oh, this is a really interesting one. I think the first question I'd ask is, how do you come up with your ideas? If you watch Books and Lala, the videos that she comes up with, she's one of the people who really got me into Booktube. Her like book closet videos, they were just brilliant, and she comes up with so many innovative ideas and creative ideas. I also like to ask about schedules, how you fit everything around work, how do you deal with trolls online, because I'm assuming, you know, the more people that watch your videos, the more likely you are to get hate. Like how do you cope with that? How do you cope with if you dislike a book that a lot of people like? Because I know that the book community can come for people and it can be quite toxic sometimes. So it'd be interesting to see how people deal with that. Another question I'd ask would be, what are the 3 books that they would take on a desert island? What would you choose? Let me know in the comments what would be your 3 desert island books. Number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think the hardest challenge for me is going to be confidence. I don't know how I come across on camera, but I'm really not a very confident person. I get quite a lot of social anxiety speaking in front of people. It's easy talking to a camera when it's just you. I think it's going to be the anxiety of sharing the videos. Like, it's easy enough to film, easy enough even though you hate hearing your voice, but to edit, but then to actually upload them, knowing that there's going to be people in your personal life that are going to see them. I think that's what is going to be the most difficult thing for me. I think the most difficult thing is going to be me getting over those fears. If someone doesn't want to watch it, they don't have to. If they want to watch it and hate watch it, then I've just got to think, hey, you're just giving me extra views, carry on hate watching me. I don't know. I think that's the main thing that I'm gonna find most difficult. Number 8, I've kind of already gone over this, but it was when did you start reading? And like I said, as long as I can remember, I feel like this is the answer that everybody gives on Booktube. I'd say I probably started reading at about 5 or 6. I'm not 100% sure. Number 9 is where do you read? And now I could lie and say, oh, I always read in my book nook, but let's be honest, don't know about you. I know there's mixed opinions on this, and there's only certain books I take with me, don't worry. My favourite place to read is definitely in the bath, and I know this is controversial because, oh, what if you get like water and stuff, but I don't take like my special editions or like my rainbow hoarders or anything in the bath with me. It's just books that I don't mind if they did get splashed on. But I have been known to drop books in the bath before, so if you look, it kind of looks fairly fine from there, and then you turn it around and yeah, look at the state of that. This is one that I did accidentally drop in the bath. Not all the way, but just the majority. I just think it's so relaxing. It's like my downtime. I can be in the bath for hours reading. I just empty the water, refill it back up. I like to read on the settee. In our spare room, we've got a nice like day bed. I love reading like by the sea. I really love reading on the train as well. I'm so sorry if you can hear Luna in the background. Obviously I haven't been able to do it for ages because with coronavirus and everything, and I don't really travel very often. But yeah, I don't know, I just find it really relaxing. I can't read on buses and I can't read in cars, but for some reason I can read on trains fine, and yeah, I just really enjoy reading on trains. Don't know why. Number 10 is what kind of books do you like to read? I try to read as widely as possible. So my favourite genres are horror, historical fiction, medical fiction, a little bit of fantasy and sci-fi. I like YA, I like adult books. I just try to read as widely as possible really. Horror's definitely been a firm favourite for many years, and then I didn't read it for a long time, but I've rediscovered how much I enjoy it. Thrillers were always something that I avoided for such a long time, and then when I really got into them I was like, oh my god, they're amazing. Really like poetry as well. I do enjoy the classics, not all of them. Definitely like the gothic classics. Finally is, what does your book collection look like? I want to do like a full video at some point where I show you all of my books. I've currently got 7 bookcases, which I know is a bit much. One bookcase isn't really full though, so I feel like it doesn't count, and the other one's quite small. So I've got quite a big collection. I've got a lot of YA, a lot of horror. I'm collecting the Rainbow Hoarders by Stephen King. That's what my collection looks like. It really is just like a hodgepodge of loads of different genres really. I'll show you a sneak peek, but stick around because at some point I would really like to do a full tour, so I don't want to show you all of my bookshelves. It's like a quick overview. You can see all of the Stephen Kings at the top. That was my answers to the Booktube Newbie Tag. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for any comments, likes, shares you leave. I really appreciate it all. Let me know your desert island books. 3 books that you'd take if you were stranded on a desert island. I would love to know. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for sticking around. Bye!